welcome to another episode of the CSSD evaluation. If you are an international student and you have completed a study in China and then you want to get your WES evaluation done for either immigrating or studying in the US or Canada or even New Zealand, you have come to the right place. I want to do some bragging before I get started. As you can see here, I've served a lot of foreign students who studied in China who had some issue with their documents and they wanted their CSC evaluation, and then they have tried to do this themselves, but actually it's kind of complicated than most of them thought. So this this friend had she has wasted a lot of time before coming to me, and then it was a really good. I mean, I we my team spent a bit of time in helping her out. It was a really good process for her. And this is another student who never thought who never thought a random YouTube video, which includes this one, and my team could be so trustworthy and then helpful. This is another student. She was really a kind person. She's from Morocco, and then we actually became friends. We talked a lot about me going to Morocco, and then she really enjoying her time in China. I really missed her friends back in China. Uh, this this is actually the same person, and then she was really appreciative and grateful for what we did for her. And we did PayPal instead of WeChat Pay. So if you have any issue if you don't have any Chinese currency, that's fine. I can do American dollars, like any other currency. This is another friend of mine, Kevin. He was very chilled. He didn't say much, but I helped her out and then fixed a lot of issues for her his documents. Okay, that's enough of the bragging. Now let's get down to the business. So in this episode, I want to cover actually not three, but actually four issues that foreigners might have when you're trying to do your CCC evaluation. First thing is you might not have a Chinese transcript. You have only the English one. This will be an issue for you. Secondly, your name on your transcript is weird. All sorts of things can happen, and sometimes even we don't know. Even we cannot tell what's going on here. Thirdly, your transcript is not issued recently, so there's some requirement on the date of the issue, and then we will get to it later. Lastly, CSSD might make some mistakes. They might issue your transcript report in the wrong way. Okay, let's go over them one by one. The first one is you don't have the transcript, you have only the English one. So the issue is for many of you, your study in China could be in English, so you might not have Chinese version of your transcript. And then some school might be very reluctant or unable to give you a Chinese one. But the thing is, CSSD will, if you do the evaluation without the Chinese version, CSSD will reject your application as shown below. So one of our client has actually tried it, but it didn't work. And then also in CSSD, it's not possible to only evaluate your English transcript. So the system is designed in such a way that it just won't allow it. So if you look at here, this is where you can choose to which version you want. This is Chinese and this is English. You will find out that you can choose this one alone, that's fine. But if you were to choose English only, that's not gonna happen because once you choose English version, then the Chinese version will be automatically ticked. Well, I suppose you can try to contact CSSD and then see if they can do anything about it, or make your case a special one and then give you the special permission to do it. But I have not explored this option, because I think my solution could be more convenient. Moving on, so the solution is actually to get your English transcript translated back to Chinese, and then just do the normal transcript evaluation as everybody else do. So to do this, you have to get a qualified translator to do it, and it would normally cost you around 70 to 100 Chinese yuan per page. And then while you're submitting your evaluation onto CSSD, make sure you include a note to them to explain your situation. It should look something like this. I'm sorry this is in Chinese, but you have to write it in Chinese because the CSSD people will not be able to understand English. Even if they do understand, it's not in your best interest to put English there. So, moving on to the second question. Second issue, that is your name on your transcript is weird. This is so out of the blue, you might not even think there's something wrong with your transcript that your school gave you. You might suppose that everything they give you is like error-free, but it's not the case. And it can get very wrong sometimes. So, for many of you, you might get a Chinese name. You know, they might give you a Chinese name while you're studying there, because some place just in some sections of the university they just don't allow you to put any English letters. It has to be Chinese character, so they have to give you a Chinese name. So this Chinese name might appear on your transcript, your degree certificate, and this will create an issue for you. And for example, these students from BAA, Beihang University, which is a very top university in China, and you might suppose that they know what they're doing, they're on top of their game, but it's actually not. Let's see what happens to this one. So the student's name is Sabina Tudi. In her Chinese transcript, her name was put as this one, which is only slightly related to the phonetics or the pronunciation of her first name. And the interesting thing is, on her English transcript, her name is then the Putonghua pinyin of Sana, which is Sanu. And then let's take a look. Now this is the Chinese name. This is the English name. And as I said, her name is not this one, nor this one. It's actually Sabina. We actually didn't realize this, and then we submitted to the CSSD straight away. And the CSSD spot this and then return our application. So it's basically saying your name is inconsistent with your graduation certificate as well as your passport. So please rectify the information or update your application. The solution is quite straightforward. Firstly, you should contact your university to see if they can put the right names on the transcript. For this Chinese version, they can put almost anything they like because it doesn't really matter as long as you add a parenthesis in which the original English name can be included. For example, they can write the name this way. And some universities might not be able to do this because they don't want to change anything on the system, and then it is inconvenient for them. So the second option is to ask them to provide a statement to clarify that name, the name issue, saying something like, so this Chinese name and this English name and this one, they are the same person, and etc. Third issue you might have is your transcript is not issued recently. So CSSD requires your transcript to be issued within the last 6 months. So it's not the date of your graduation, and then it is the date when the document is issued. So you might think the document is the date when the document is issued might be the date of your graduation. This might not be the case. You might not have a transcript when you graduate, and then after a few years, you go back to the university and then ask them for this. They will produce a new one for you, or the same one with a different date. So basically, there should be a date, something like a date of print or record retrieval. And this date should be on the transcript, and it should be no older than 6 months. But CSSD is not very strict with this. If you do have this issue, we advise you to, first of all, to try to get a new one. If it is difficult, then try the old one nevertheless. Sometimes it will get through, and then we do have some experience of getting it passed through. As the last resort, if the old one is rejected by CSSD and then the new one is not forthcoming, you can actually write the date on the transcript yourself. But do seek out help first before you write anything. It often works, I would say, but you should only do it as the last resort because this involves modifying the document without the permission or authority from the university. But most of the universities think this is fine, but you do have to be careful. Lastly, the most weird thing that happens many times already, that is the SSC might issue your report in the wrong way. So you have to understand that CSSD uses a lot of manual process, and their stuff sometimes can make mistakes, even silly ones. So if your name is even slightly wrong on your transcript report, you cannot connect it to your CSSD account and then send to WES. Even if you have got the PDF from CSSD. For example, so this student's name is correct, but out of the blue, there is a extra dot on the name between the first name and the last name. This result in issue shown on the right-hand side of the picture. That means report binding failed. So you cannot progress further from here. You have to do something else. In addition, sometimes they will issue your transcript using your new passport number, which is very annoying because you must use your old passport number in order to retrieve your degree information, because your degree information was probably linked to your old passport, because that's the passport you used when you were at the university. There was no way they could use your new one because you didn't even have the new one yet. This will create further issue. As you can see, there's a passport number on this report, and then there's another one, passport number on the CCC account. If they don't match, you cannot progress further. The solution can also be easy if you have the experience, if you want to do it yourself. So first of all, you have to make clear to the people that you want them to use your old passport number on the transcript. If they still use the new one, register another account, use the new passport number, and then for this one, you need another Chinese phone number. If you don't have one, just ask your friend, ask your family member in China. There's no way you can do it without a new number. In addition, if they got your name wrong, if there's something extra or the order of the name is wrong, there's an extra dot on your name, then you can try to send a message to CSSD to rectify the report for you. It normally works, but you have to try. Lastly, if you want to contact us, do send us an email or contact me on WeChat. And so this is like the issues that I mentioned today. They're kind of rare, and also they wouldn't happen like it's not like they're gonna happen on you, like follow them happening on you. It's more likely to be the case that you have one issue, not the others. So if you do want to try yourself, I of course go ahead and do it. But from my experience, it's better that you do it with my help. I'm not trying to kind of promoting my my service, but it does help. It does provide a lot of value for those of you. And yeah, a lot of my friends also ask me for other questions actually, because many of them are planning to immigrate to Canada or US, they need other documents from China, and then they need somebody they can trust and then who has good knowledge about like how to deal with foreigners and also with Chinese authorities. So I do have some experience, and then I'm more than happy to help. And but please bear in mind that my service is not cheap. I can charge very high fees for this, but I do think it's gonna be a good investment for you. So okay, that's all from me today. I hope you have enjoyed. There's nothing to enjoy about this actually. This is really tedious work. But nevertheless, I hope I have provided value for you, and then see you next time. Bye bye.